Good morning, dear students. Today we are starting with the 10th chapter, direct and inverse variation. Okay, so let us understand what is the meaning of variation. So basically, the variation is changes, right? Now, variation actually there is the changes in the two quantities, right? If we change first quantity, second quantity also changes, then we can call that these two quantities are in variation. Okay, means both of the quantities are dependent on each other. If there is a change in one quantity, second quantity also changes. That is called as variation. Now, basically, there are the two types of variations that we are going to learn. The first is the direct variation, and second is the inverse variation. So let us understand the difference between these two variations. First, we will discuss about the direct variation, right? So direct variation means what? If one quantity increases, second quantity is also increases. That is called as direct variation. For example, if we purchase some articles of the same cost, okay, then the costing or its price goes on increasing. For example, is here if we purchase one pen, cost is 10 rupees. If we purchase two pens, the cost is 20 rupees. If we purchase three pens, cost is 30 rupees. If we purchase four pens, the cost is 40 rupees. That means what? If we increase the number of pens, the costing also increases, right? So that means if one quantity increases, second quantity also increases. It is called as direct variation. Got it? Then let us come to the inverse variation. So in the inverse variation, what happens here? If one quantity increases, second quantity decreases. If one quantity increases, second quantity decreases. Then such type of variation is called as inverse variation. Let us take example to understand this inverse variation. Suppose we want to cover a certain distance and the speed and time. Distance is fixed, distance is constant. If the speed of the car is 100 km per hour, it will take 1 hour, for example. If the distance, or we can say if the speed decreases, the time becomes 2 hours. For 50 km, the time is 2 hours. For 25 km per hour speed, the time is 4 hours. Means from this example, what we can understand, if speed goes on decreasing, the required time goes on increasing. First it is 1, 2, 4. Means it is in the increasing order. And speed 100, 50, 25. It is in the decreasing order. Right? So from the second example, we can understand that if speed decreases, the required time increases. So that means there is the inverse proportion. Once again, I am explaining the direct variation and inverse variation. Direct variation is what? One quantity increase, second quantity is also increase. That is called as direct variation. And inverse variation is what? If one quantity increases, second quantity decreases. That is called as inverse variation. I hope all of you have understood these two things.